come pose for a picture. He's like, I'm not going to take that camera from you, my boy. Oh, and that film, that's mine as well. That was the first time he speaks in the documentary made by his best friend Hickson, his older friend. I can't include it here, but on this documentary, Stanton Friedman, he makes an appearance, and he tells them the story of Roswell and Majestic 12. This doc is pretty all-encompassing. For an hour-long documentary about wrinkly aliens, we've gone from the conception of the universe to this happening. Now we've got Stanton Friedman and Majestic 12. Also, guess who else? Betty Hill makes an appearance as well.
What?
Yes, she does.
This is stacked. This documentary is stacked
like
with big
special.
names. It's like the Avengers of the UFO documentaries.
Of 1987, the fact that Hickson put this together himself, just because he has a southern accent, his name is Son of Hick. He directed this. He got Friedman. He got Betty Hill. He got a bunch of people.
Things, yeah.
But he's not there. But that's the thing, though. They aren't there to talk about wrinkly aliens or robots from the 70s, so I can't really keep them here. Maybe we'll use them later. I don't know. But we do get one more good clip of Calvin from this time, though. And here he is talking about how the incident further affected his life.
Tell me about your life since that night, October 11th, 1973.
Well, it's not much to tell about. I've been through a couple of bad relationships, bad marriages, and most of it was my fault. I wouldn't say it was my wife's fault during the time. Nerve problems, changed jobs, several different times. Just a lot of different things.
Poor dude, man.
Wow. Very accountable, though.
He doesn't want the media bugging him. He hasn't had the best time since this. But we're going to stay focused on him because besides directing the documentary, Charles Hickson he wrote a book on this incident called UFO Contact at Pascagoula. And he certainly championed this cause for the rest of his life. And from what I've heard, he is still considered a very believable source. That's why it saddens me to read this. Charles Hickson of Gator, Mississippi, famous for a claimed UFO abduction in 1973, has died in Ocean Springs at the age of 80. In this photograph, Hickson is seen posing with a drawing depicting a UFO. Now, he's the eldest of two men who made global headlines with their account of being snatched from the banks of the Pascagoula River in 1973 by space aliens. He died Friday in Ocean Springs. He was 80 years old.
This past Friday?
No, this happened a few years ago.
Oh.
He was known to occasionally sell his book UFO Contact at Pascagoula outside local businesses. He reportedly told friends and family, and sometimes total strangers, that aliens continued to communicate with him via telepathic means. Hickson of Gothard was 42-year-old when he and then 19-year-old friend Calvin Parker, also of Gator, reported to Jackson County Sheriff Fred Diamond that they were fishing on October 11, 1973 off a pier in Choptier Shipyard when they heard a buzzing noise. We know the story. It's sad. There's a quote here. It says, "The beings had legs, but did not use them," Hickson told the Mississippi Press in 1973. They were about 5 feet tall, had bullet-shaped heads. I don't remember that being brought up. Only in his obituary.
I thought the story didn't change at all over the years. Where is this coming
I'm guessing
from?
maybe somebody else forgot to include that, but his story could have stayed the same, but...
How do you forget a bullet-shaped
Yeah,
head?
I'm picturing, too, like Bullet Bill
He's
from
saving
Mario
something.
Brothers.
He was teasing it. That's what I thought. Kamikaze Bill or whatever he's called now. But they're without necks. They had slits for mouths, and where their nose or ears would be, they had thin, conical objects sticking out like carrots from a snowman's head. They had no eyes, and we know the rest.
I like how that's how they had to describe the carrots, too. It's like, from a snowman.
And even posthumously, he gets to say one last thing. It said, according to Hickson's account, two of the creatures seized him and another grabbed Parker. The teenager fainted with fright, Hickson said.
Yeah.
Even in death, he's like, hey, you don't want to come forward. He was just a scaredy cat. But I will give him props.
He can never escape it.
I'll give him props for putting the description in basically this guy's obituary. But you think that would be it by then. We know Calvin, he has a real distaste for the media, and even though he is significantly younger than Hickson, surely he won't be making any media appearances anytime soon, right?
Not with his fright fainting.
He's going to rip cameras out of anyway. He's not. No, once he's gone, this story has to go. But not so fast. It seems like now, not only is the media's interest in this story growing, even though it's been 45 years, Calvin Parker's interest is back also. So here he is on, I'm not kidding, everyone's favorite British talk show this morning with, say it,
Philip and Holly.
Sorry,
Yay.
sorry, it's with
Nope,
this
it's
morning
another
with
group. Great.
Amon and Ruth. Is that right? I guess Philip
Wow, Russ,
and
thanks.
Holly were on holiday together somewhere. So here's Calvin Parker on This Morning with Amon and Ruth filling in.
What exactly happened when you were abducted by aliens all that time ago?
Well, we were going fishing. We had got off work at the shipyard that evening, and a friend of mine and I decided to go fishing. So while we were fishing, we seen some blue hazy lights out across the water, but they was reflecting from behind us. So when I stood up and turned around, then I noticed, I thought it was a law to start with, going to tell us to move. But I noticed that it was a real bright light all at one time, and that's when the craft opened up, the door on the craft opened up, and it was just really bright lights coming out.
This is a familiar story, and look, he has stuck to it, but this is from August 6th of 2018. This is just last year.
Wow.
Nice. Bringing it back, man.
He's out. He's finally over his fear of the media, and
He's not passing out anymore?
Nope. He wants to clear things up.
Dude,
He's going to clear...
His voice. His voice, he reminds me of one of the mountain monsters.
What the hell else we gonna do? Wander around the world the rest of our life not knowing who the hell we are?
He loves
Kinda
fishing.
sounds like him a little.
This footage, now, he's not actually there on This Morning without Philip and Holly. He is coming via satellite, via New Orleans, and you get to see a great riverboat going behind him, a great Mississippi River view that looks very much green screen behind him. But I feel like it sucks, though. I feel like he didn't get the full This Morning treatment, you know? He didn't have Philip and Holly.
Well, yeah, they weren't there.
They let this dude talk nearly nonstop for the entire interview, but he does add some new wrinkles to an already wrinkly tale.
Ooh.
Listen to
Nice
well
one,
done.
Russ.
Listen to this new detail of when the aliens approached them.
So when they did, it was like I was scared. I was hunting a place to run, but it was nowhere to run. There was water in the front, water on the side. But immediately when they got a hold of us, I felt a little sharp something, and they must have gave me a shot to relax me.
Oh, so now it's a shot. He's not scared and fainted anymore. He got a shot.
Well, he had a lot of years to doctor that up and to explain that and come up with that excuse.
He left it. It's kind of open ended. He said they may have given him a shot.
Which
he's
says
not-
that basically.
Yeah.
That sounds like somebody who doesn't want people to think that he
No,
fainted.
he doesn't want. He's older now. Hickson's gone. He's not going to admit that he was peeing his pants and that he just passed out. He's like, I think they
I would have passed. I would have
you
admitted
know what?
that.
I think since Hickson's gone, I think they actually shot me up with something. They made me scared and they made me pass out because I was totally a badass back then.
Yeah, they gave me a fear serum.
Yeah.
And it made me pass
True.
out.
But you know, after nearly
I peed my pants, man.
I'm not going to
What's
tell
up with
anybody.
that?
It's fine. It's fine.
What's up
We're
with
not going to
that?
tell anybody. But
Good, thank
after
you.
nearly 3 minutes, I'm serious. Philip and Holly would never allow this. After nearly 3 minutes, the host finally have to interject when he starts talking about those dumb-looking robot aliens.
But and then this big ugly creature that brought me in, he left out. So when he left, automatically, I never seen a door open or anything, but this
They must have been
feminine
terrified.
looking creature
Calvin,
came
sorry.
in.
We have to stop you for a second because this must have been absolutely terrifying. I mean, you're in a UFO with aliens, and what are they doing to you? They're sort of giving you an MRI and examination. That's what you thought was happening.
That's what I thought at the time, and yeah, it was really terrifying. But I was real relaxed about the whole deal when it was going on because I think, well, later on they seen a mark on my arm, and I think that was kind of an injection site where they might have gave me something to settle me down.
Now he's so relaxed and he's not scared at all anymore because
now he knows the term injection site.
Yeah.
That he was not able to give beforehand, what with the carrot noses and the lobster claws.
I like these
injection site.
Very nice for her.
Well, that's a rare one.
It is. I love it.
He's got like Huggins. He's got a little Huggins thing about the way he's telling the story. It's like a little fantasy, like a sexual fantasy thing going on.
He's a little more relaxed, but we get a little more on his alien interaction and hints of a strange power that these aliens might just possess.
Do they speak to you at all in any language or
any noises? Any?
Well, they did have kind of a hissing noise, and then the big ugly creature, what I call him, left out. There was more of a feminine creature come in, and she just looked at me, but I knew for some reason I knew what she was saying, and she said, "Don't worry about it." I thought, well,
So she actually
don't do no
spoke to
good to
you.
worry about it right now.
She actually said those words.
No, she didn't speak. She communicated through I call it mental telepathy.
Yeah, that's what he calls it.
Mental. You call it that.
He calls it mental telepathy. Very original in the world of our UFOs.
I'm glad that he coined that term because that's a good term to describe a lot of things, and it takes a brilliant mind to coin such a phrase. But it's funny too. It's like, oh right, as soon as they said, "Don't worry about it," well, I guess I relaxed right up.
I mean, I guess
how did he know she was? How did he know she was a feminine alien? Like, I wonder what it was. He doesn't really mention.
How would you know if it was feminine or masculine?
I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, if from his description of, if it's the same species of alien, how is there like any difference between males and females?
Maybe the shape of it. Maybe it was just like smaller and just less disgusting. I don't know.
It had longer eyelashes a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. So now you're getting there. It had really big red lips,
lipstick. Yeah, that's
boobs.
all I could think of.
Oh, she had tits, so clearly it was feminine.
All this guy knows is weird carrot-nosed, one-leg things floating around. They got to be dudes. I'm assuming they're dudes. This is more described, and through his artwork, it looks like it's a gray alien, a female, male. I don't know, but it looks like a gray.
No, the description sounds the opposite of a gray alien.
A
like
gray on the water,
they're
observing
wrinkly.
him. The robots just work for the grays, I think. I think it's a gray abduction deck of cards flying around.
I don't think that they're all connected like that. I really think that they have
a gray
that
on
deck
the
of
roof
card thing.
observing us.
I don't think that every
It could
single
not
alien
be.
species is working with every other species.
It might not be, and his description on the actual aliens is bad. The description of the robots is so involved. That's all we know so far is what these robots look
now
like.
it's a feminine robot.
He can't
Fembots.
look, but he goes on more, and now we find out why exactly is he on this show. Guess what, y'all? It's time for the plugs.
But they had made a tape on us,
and
it's
taken you. Sorry to interrupt, but you finally put pen to paper, haven't you? And it's taken, 45 years for you to sit down and actually write this story?
Yes, sir. And I really didn't want to write it then, but I felt like I needed to. My wife and Philip, the publisher of the book, had talked to me. The press had been wearing me so much, and they never got the story straight, what I wanted. So that's like the Philip with the flying disc said, the publisher said that if you document it and put everything in paper and write it, then they can't change your words. They're there.
What do you say to people?
Before, I just tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah, good for him. He was just telling people what they want to hear. Now he's finally putting it down. He's an author. This guy that you're hearing, published author, he wrote a book about the thing now. Like last year, this book came out.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to read it. I think I may order it on Amazon and actually check it out because I'm curious.
I think an autographed copy
Not if it's
goes
more than
for,
$15.
I think an autographed copy is going for like $30 or something.
Oh, no thanks.
I'm getting
I'll
it.
pass.
I'll take it. I got to add that to my collection.
We might have to have that.
Yeah, Rob, you read it, and then you can read it to us on a Skype phone call.
Rob, get it, read it.
That'll be our
It'll
audiobook.
be a Patreon prize. We'll put that in a raffle 1 month. Rob's.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, I like
Rob's autographed Calvin book. When he finally got down, he was sick of all the haters. The media's hating on him forever. He's throwing their cameras. They don't use those kind of cameras anymore, so you can't rip their film out. I guess he's ripping their, I don't know what, their SD cards out. What is he doing nowadays, you think?
Smashing their cards
iPhones.
and well, just grabbing the whole device and throwing it into a river. I don't know. The Pascagoula River is just right there.
Well, as you can hear, he completely took over this morning, but here is Calvin's closing statement on This Morning Without Philip and Holly.
What do you say to people who don't actually believe your story?
Oh, it don't matter to me. It's their opinion, but I don't. It would be